She said she no want her land. Plus she tired of her man's catchy. She want fi fuck her panny Persian. Run it 12 furlong. She no want no learn as no nerd man. So me stitch her up like a surgeon. Me never under no bourbon. But she tell me say she like it hard and firm and tough, like a Campari buckle. Fan her breast me a nibble like a foreign apple. She start shiver to get wet like a river too. Fuck her so hard make she ball say yeah what she do.
Unorthodox flow. We are hype. We are hype. Ciroc, much finer vodka. Wild cherry Pepsi Fridays. It's on. It's on. And got a lot to talk about today. A lot. A lot. It's so shit crazy in the world. But shout out to the hip hop world, the hip hop nation. I've been gone a couple of days. I got an announcement to make. Some of you might not love. Titi Barber was good. Michael Mad was good. Shout out my brother Rich the Barber's in the background. Dre, executive producer, Cool and Dre. As he's having the best time with her friends. It's her friend's birthday. God bless you. Happy birthday. Shout out to the whole crew. You know what y'all doing. And so listen, man. Bad news. Bad news. Shout out Wild Cherry Pepsi. Shout out Ciroc. Bad news. Yo, Roxy, what's up? And so I've decided when we started the show, we did it for COVID to get everybody through the COVID. COVID's almost over, even though I know 3 people right now who got it. But let's just say when it started, we was all in the crib. Know what I'm saying? So, it's getting back to normal. Like I got big concerts in Dubai, big concerts in Paris, big concerts in England, and it's starting to get back into Fat Joe the Rapper mode. Last night I've been all week in the studio making the mixtape. I'm giving y'all a free mixtape. I finally came up with the name of the mixtape. The name of the mixtape is Summer Man. Summer Man, and the shit fire. And so I'm letting y'all know the mixtape Summer Man. And it's like an album. I know people make mixtapes and they play around. I don't play around. Everything I do it big. But the bad news is we were stuck in the house, everybody together. It was COVID. So I'm doing this thing. But I gotta move around now. So what I'm trying to do is, yo, Erica Ford, what I am gonna do is we're gonna do one mega show. The big show will now be televised every Friday from 7 to 9, and we just gonna make it big. Like just artist after artist, topic after topic, Ted Smooth after. But it's gonna be a Wild Cherry Pepsi, Ciroc, Friday night. Now, I love you guys. I'm addicted. This week I gave it a little test run. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was in the studio. I could have did the big show, but I said, yo, let me see how this is gonna feel. My mom's cried when I told her I'm not gonna do the show every day, but I try to tell her, Mom, I can't do this every day. Like, you know, I've been doing this even on vacation. Even over there, I've been trying to be consistency is key. I've been showing y'all all the love in the world. But, so I didn't just say no more big show. But Friday, every Friday from 7 to 9, we're going to turn up legendary. Tone Sunshine, what's up? Erica Ford said you can't. Nah, I'm moving. I'm traveling every day. I'm back to Fat Joe the Rapper doing concerts and festivals and shit. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But Cuba, you know, I'm trying to get a guest on later in a couple of minutes. My brother, Laz, you know him from all the movies. He's Cuban, but he's raised in America, raised black. He's giving you the black perspective. I don't know if I ever showed you a picture of one of my brothers, Hector. My brother Hector's the blackest guy in the world, Cuban. And so that's the true meaning. Cubans is the true meaning of Afro-Latino. But he want to give you his perspective. Now, in America, we all want freedom for Cuba. We don't want nobody repressed. We don't want nobody who can't eat. Nobody who can't get medicine. Nobody who can't this. We are all praying for Cuba. I hope you know they're in a country they can't leave. They can't work and make real money. And so there go my brother Laz right there. Hold up. Oh, it's on out here. Oh, it's on. My brother Laz. And I ain't talking about shout out to my brother DJ Laz and Pitbull. Yo, Laz.
Yo, how you doing, fam?
I'm good. Yo, Laz, let me tell you something, man. No disrespect, right? As long as I know you, I didn't know you was Cuban.
You kidding me?
On God.
What'd you think, Dominican?
I just think the whole time I'm thinking you black, Laz. I swear to God.
Joe, that's where the Hennessy, you got to put the Hennessy down. Man. I'm glad you're on the Ciroc now because the Hennessy
on the
didn't
Ciroc, but listen, yo, Laz, no.
What do you think I was doing at Jimmy's Bronx Cafe back in the day at the family dinners? I was talking in Spanish the whole time.
Trying to get the Spanish girls.
So you thought I was I just learned Spanish in school?
Nah, but let me tell you something, yo, Laz. The point is, I'm half Cuban, right? My father's Cuban, my mother's Puerto Rican, right? Cubans in America have different perspectives. I seen what you said, and we're going to talk about that. But Cubans in America, it's kind of hard, right? Because I was raised in New York, Democratic. I see the game one way. I've been living in Miami 18 years. They look at it a different way. You know what I'm saying? So they look at it Republican. All the Cubans down here are Republican. And so,
you want to know why?
I know why, but you can tell the people why. They'll probably listen to you better than me. But go ahead.
So it's a very interesting story, man. What happened with that? I'm gonna put it in an example.
You want me to tell you why, so you can know that I know what I'm saying?
I believe you know why. Because
yeah.
I mean, you know so many Cubans, and that's your home base.
I got 13 brothers and sisters Cuban.
Right.
Right? And so the Democrats, John F. Kennedy let the Cubans down.
Right.
Right?
What happened was
a lot of Cubans died.
They promised, actually, you know, my eldest brother, who rest in peace, he was one of the people that got captured in Bay of Pigs. What happened was there was an agreement between the U.S. government and these small little kind of group of these almost like Navy SEAL sector Cubans were going to go hit the island and basically start a revolution and try to take back the island. And when they got there, they didn't get the backup that they were promised by the U.S.
They didn't get the support. It's a fact. And so we had the Bay of the Pigs, where they killed all the Cubans on the beach and all that. And so, damn, I didn't know your brother. You know, I have a cousin, her husband got captured in the last time the Cubans from Miami went over there maybe 20 years ago, trying to overthrow Cuba, like 20 of them. He's still in jail.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack, man. You know, history has a lot of nuance, and there's a lot to unpack with the history of the Cuban experience here in this country. And so the way that I try to just summarize it, is it's a history of trauma, turmoil, and abuse of an environment where you were forced to leave everything behind. People risked their lives, created rafts, going out to sea, losing their lives to try to
my father
went.
My mother and father chipped in when we was poor, and they went and bought a boat, a bullshit boat, and my father went over there in the Mariel, right? He went over there to get my brothers and sisters. They only gave him 2 sisters, and they gave him like 30 Cubans that we ain't know. Right. The boat came back to the Key West, and the boat sank. The Coast Guard saved my father and my sisters and these guys, and all the Cubans wound up coming to my house in the Bronx, in the projects, living in my house in the Bronx, and Nan, Cheche Colette, like a whole bunch of Cubans with Julio Ecor, all of them was living in my house. And it was like, damn, Joe and them got all the Cubans in there. But
at one time, the Bronx was all Cuban, and so was Jersey, Union City.
Washington Heights was all Cuban.
Washington
and
Heights
then they moved from Washington Heights to Union City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Over there by Kennedy Boulevard.
Yep.
Then they came back down to Miami. But Dominicans wouldn't believe that all Washington Heights, Dykeman, all that was Cuban.
It was crazy back in the day, man. It was crazy. I mean, like, I grew up in D.C., and we used to go to New York every summer because half of my family was in New York. They just moved to Florida a couple years ago, but they were always in the Bronx, right off of Jerome Avenue.
Now, Laz, it's hard for people to truly understand living in America when we have all these liberties, freedom of speech, right? We can go wherever we want to go. We support whoever we want to support, right? And so I don't think we truly understand what communism is, right? And so basically the people of Cuba are living in a beautiful prison that they can't come out of.
Yes.
And I call communism similar to the jail system in America.
Right.
Meaning in jail, you work all week and you get 12 cents a day. By the time you get paid, you can't even really buy a candy bar. So either you have people in the free world who send you commissary so you can eat, buy soap, hygiene, or you got to do the wrong thing in jail. Like in Cuba, I've been sending, I got all my brothers and sisters over here. So, but I've been with sending them soap, clothes, any fucking thing you could think of, a rag, whatever was good.
Yep.
My father be like, yo, necesita jabón, necesita un rag, necesita un...
Human basic needs, you can't even get them. They're not available. And for the last year, that has been heightened. They are basically choking the Cuban people to death. There's barely any electricity. They pull the plug whenever they want. Forget about internet service. They don't even have alcohol swabs at the hospitals. Need an injection.
And the COVID is really, really big in Cuba. They said it's over 6,000 cases every day.
It's out of control. It's out of control. So, I felt like, unfortunately, I don't know why, but there's a silencing in the media right now when it comes to the situation. I just don't see it. I turn on CNN. I turn on all the different channels, and you don't see what's happening in Cuba. I found out more about what's happening in Cuba day to day on the internet and on Instagram from all the videos that Cubans are uploading. Very similar to what happened last year with the protests, with George Floyd protests. We would see on Instagram what was really happening before the news got to it.
Problem is, let's be specific. Problem is, Cuba has never been allowed to protest in
100%.
60 years.
In 60
this is like
years.
fucking historical.
100%.
People can't take it to the point of, because if you have a protest in Cuba, they come fucking kill you or put you in jail.
Kill you.
Right?
Or
so
put
now
you,
the people are like, fucking kill me.
100%.
I got COVID. My phone don't work. My light don't work. I got no food. Fuck it. Kill me. But I want freedom.
100%.
Now, know the Cubans in Miami, they think different from me. They still, the shit fucked me up because we all fighting for Cuba. But when I look at TVE in Miami that they're covering it, they still got Trump flags and shit. Like, this shit, the guy who's the president is a Democrat. The guy we need the help from doesn't really need the Trump shit.
You know what, though, Joe? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I look the other way when it comes to that, and I'm going to tell you why. This social justice movement in Cuba was started by Gente de Zona, was started by Yotuel, was started by all these black Cubans. Black Cubans, Afro-Cubans. If you look up Patria y Vida, the music video, Patria y Vida, you're going to see people that look like us. Brown skin, black skin Cubans.
My brother Hector is black as tar.
Yeah.
My father's your complexion. My brother is the blackest guy you ever seen. I gotta put up a picture with Hector for you to understand. It's what they didn't understand, and they don't understand is that Cuba was the last place of slavery, and Cuba had 8 million people. 5 million were African slaves. 3 million were actual Cubans. When slavery was over, everybody integrated together, and that's how we got Cuba like we got today. That is the truth. People get mad when I explain this.
Not only that, but during the Cuban Revolution, when they fought to kick Spain out of Cuba from being their colonizer, from colonizing the island, the way that they were able to kick Spain out was by freeing the slaves. And the slaves and the slave masters fought side by side to kick the Spaniards the hell out of Cuba and establish Cuba as its own island. It was called the Mambis. That's what they called themselves, the Mambis.
El Mambi. You ever ate at the restaurant in Mambi? That was a Cuban restaurant.
Absolutely.
In Washington Heights, El Mambi.
Absolutely.
I would go every Sunday.
That's where the name comes from. Sorry?
I would go every Sunday to the Mambi. And the whole Washington Heights know what I'm talking about. It was Cuban restaurants called El Mambi. Now it's Dominican, but it was Cuban called El Mambi.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, what do you think, right? Because I'm speaking to a dear friend of mine. She's Mexican. She had different views. I don't think we want to hear that on here. She just says, you know, she had to go through so much to get here. And then she says, like the Cubans, we used to be able to step on the sand and you're free. And then Obama changed that. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Clinton put up that if you Cuban and you stand on the land here, you're free. And then Obama took that away. Why do you know why we had the right over any other immigrants, that if we just stepped in America, we were actually free? Do you know why that law was ever made?
Well, you know, I can't answer that like, you know, 100% say this is why it happened. But I do believe that it was because at that time there was a Cold War going on. And you had Russia on one side and Cuba was aligned with Russia. And then you had the US on the other side with all of their countries. And it was this battle of communism versus democracy. And what the US was trying to establish was a clear line that if you were leaving a communist country, you were going to find refuge in the United States. And so that's why they had that. If it wasn't from a communist country, if it was a different type of immigration, then it wouldn't be considered the same as if it came from a communist country because of the whole Cold War situation. That's what I believe. I can't answer that 100%.
Laz, in the perfect world, what could we do in America? What could Joe Biden do? So I see my brothers and sisters protesting in the street. I am with them all the way.
100%.
And they still curse me out. Like in my DM, they still curse me. Fyah, you know, the Cubans, you know, they
very colorful, very colorful.
They still curse me out, me showing 100%. Love. I'm not showing enough love. Like, it's
and the women will curse even harder than the men.
They going hard, right? So what I'm saying is, what can be Done. What can America do? I know what I would like to happen. You know, what can America do?
I'm gonna tell you this, Joe. There's no way that Cubans. I'm gonna take that back. I don't want to put any negative energy out there. I want to put positive energy out there. They're in the streets right now fighting with sticks and stones. Mm-hmm. But more than anything, they're fighting with heart. And they're fighting with soul. And I pray that the ancestors help them out. I would love to see America intervene.
Intervene and
I would love to see the UN do
straight up, straight up. If somebody's watching, let me tell you something. They watch it, Laz. They watch this.
Sure.
The Bidens, the congressmen, they always on here.
Right.
So trust me, they watching. What do you, in your perfect world, what do you think Joe Biden and the United States can do to free Cuba?
I would like to see a military intervention.
Me too.
That's what I would like to see.
Me too.
I would like to see. I would like to see them make up for what they didn't do in Bay of Pigs.
They got a chance to make it up.
And help free the country. Because the country is under a dictatorship and systemic oppression.
I told my father, I said, yo, Bobby, if they say, I'm not bullshitting either. I don't even want to say that. Let's say, but I'm saying, if the United States said, all right, we back you up. Let me see some Cubans go over there strapped. I'm ready to go.
Cubans will go. Cubans want to go. Cubans from here want to go. They're ready.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know if we're talking crazy, but I'm being honest with you. I told my father, he started losing it. Like, please, like, I'm just saying, yo, it's how could you be 20 minutes away on a flight and why the United States just can't go in there in 2 days and take that shit over? We go to the Middle East, 18 hours away and go fight, and all over and go fight. Why we can't just free Cuba?
That's the $1 million question, Joe. I wonder sometimes if Cuba had oil, if it would be a different story.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh. But
I will say this. There's a lot of talk about the embargo, the embargo, the embargo, the embargo. Please understand that in 2007, the embargo does not apply to humanitarian shipments to Cuba. So the embargo does not affect and will not be applied if any company or any country wants to send humanitarian aid to Cuba. That means medical supplies, that means medicine, that means food.
So you say we can start there. If not military, that part of the embargo should be let loose for now so that people can get food and supplies?
Oh, it's always been let loose, Joe. They were denying the humanitarian aid.
The actual government.
The government was rejecting it. Because they're good. It's the people that were suffering from them rejecting it. So when people say, lift the embargoes was fucking Cuba up, it's not the embargo. The embargo isn't forcing the government to be oppressive to its people. The embargo isn't killing your freedom of speech. The embargo isn't jailing you if you speak against the government. The embargo isn't stopping you from having free and fair elections to where you got the same people in power for over 50 years.
You want to know what's crazy? Is that people love power more than money. Because I try to think of it from a human, like if you love Cuba, you the government, right? Because they're telling people, they must think they love Cuba, the government.
Let me tell you something.
Fidel Castro,
Let me tell you something,
he's the soil. I know he's dead. Raul's not there. But they think they love Cuba. When you see your people
love money
starving,
too, Joe. Joe, they love money too.
No.
Because let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted.
You see your people in the hospitals. When do you say,
fuck it,
the gig is up? Like,
the people are starving, but you can look up Fidel Castro's grandson right now on Instagram, and see how he's living and what he posts. You can look up his son on Instagram and see his posts. They're in Mykonos on yachts. They're in Greece. They're in southern Italy. They're wearing Rolexes. Like, you look up his net worth, those people are worth over $900 million. They got private islands. And that's just what you know of. So let's not get it twisted. There is an oligarchy class in Cuba that live in mansions, that have jet skis, that have yachts, that eat lobster, that eat steak, that drink Cristal and Clase Azul.
Yeah, they're living a life.
While
everybody else off the backs of
the people, I saw a video today, Joe, of a child skinning a cat. Skinning a cat. And the father was teaching him how to skin the cat, to boil it, because they have no food.
You let my father tell it. My father said they have one chicken. And my cousins, Miriam and all that, don't get mad at me, because all the Cubans is tuned in. So my father said they would have a chicken. I don't know if it's a true story. And they would have it up, and they would make chicken soup, but pull the fucking chicken back out, eat the caldo, and the next they was running this chicken from that shit was lasting 2
using the
weeks.
chicken, trying to get some type of flavor.
This shit crazy, bro.
This is a human rights. This is a human rights emergency. Like, this is what the UN exists for. This is a human rights crisis. This is a genocide that's happening. And
when people throw around Russia and China, because people keep saying, yo, they can't go in there because of Russia or China.
I've heard that. I've heard that too.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like, we're scared of Russia and China, and we can't we can't go over there and free Cuba. Let me ask you something. The statement you made went viral. Could you tell people who haven't seen it? Could you break down to us, like, the Afro-Latino, you as a black man, Cuban culture? Break that down for the people, because I want people who follow me, my fans, to hear what you're saying. Basically,
I woke up yesterday and my phone was blowing up, you know, because people know that I'm Afro-Cuban, Afro-Latino. And so they wanted me to see the statement that Black Lives Matter account had put out about Cuba. And when I read the statement, I was hurt. I'm gonna start off with hurt. I felt hurt.
Was this the official Black Lives Matter account, or somebody just saying
Black Lives Matter? It had a blue check. It had a blue check. Now, I don't know who runs the account. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not going at them. I'm not in with Black Lives Matter at all. You know what I'm saying? I support the message behind, you know, protesting police brutality and systemic oppression. I don't have a beef with what they stand for. You know,
of course, we are Black Lives Matter.
100%, 100%. That's not what this is about. But what this is about is that we can all have a teachable moment. We can all have a teachable moment, and that was a teachable moment to whoever wrote that you should not make a statement if you are not 100% educated on what the people are going through, what their trauma, what their specific oppression is, and why it's happening, and what they're fighting for. You can't just if you're gonna support someone, all right, if I'm gonna back you up, Joe, that means exactly that. Joe is in the front. Joe is gonna tell Laz what his needs and wants are and why he's here and what he's fighting for, and I'm gonna stand right behind you and back you up.
So what did the statement say? Because I didn't see it. What did it say?
The statement basically said that they just went on a political rant about the embargo and how the U.S. is doing all this and that. And I mean, if you guys want to read the statement, you can go to their page and read the statement. So
it wasn't corrected.
It was not. First of all, I'm gonna break it down like this. Lifting the embargo means funding the police state in Cuba. How can you stand with defunding the police here, but also stand for funding a police and militarized state that's beating the living crap out of their people? It's not secret. You can look it online. You can see it.
You know, what you have always stood for and what I have always stood for was the unifying. You see, because the word divide and conquer comes to mind because sometimes we play ourselves off of ourselves where we need to be unified. And, right. You know, and even when the George Floyd happened, people were all in my DM like, yo, where's the Spanish people out here with us, Joe? Like, if I speak for every Spanish person, and I'm, you know, and I'm with the shits and I support George Floyd, Black Lives Matter 1,000,000%. Because I don't understand, I overstand that united is the real power. The Latinos and the blacks, regardless of what it is the real power. And so you address that. And they should recheck out their facts. And just know that everybody, when it's Black Lives Matter, we got to jump with them and support them 1,000,000%. And right now we're talking about freedom for Cuba because people are starving, no medicine, COVID is killing them, can't get in touch with their families, they're in the streets. I mean, it's true oppression. The whole country's oppression, right?
The whole country is oppressed and suppressed, meaning you can't speak, man. You can't speak up. Every single neighborhood in Cuba has a house that's dedicated to ratting out any and everybody that might appear to be doing anti-government, anti-communist behavior. That could even include chewing gum. Something like that could land you in jail, chewing gum. Happened to me when I was a kid and I went to Cuba. I had no idea. I was blowing bubbles. I had, you know, Bubblicious, Bubble Yum back in the day, you know, to blow the big joints. The kids in Cuba had never seen that. And so I was just sitting there, I was blowing bubbles. I brought bags of candy and stuff to give to the kids. And the kids went nuts. They thought I was an alien or something. Like, what is coming out that dude's mouth? Next thing you know, I had an audience of kids. You know, 20, 30 kids from the neighborhood in awe. And all of a sudden, man, some Jeeps pulled up. And they asked me to spit the gum out. The military police with clubs. And they held the gum up. And they started giving a speech to all the kids on how the U.S. has cancer and how it's, you know, everybody's sick and how everybody's dying and how this is poison and this is meant to poison you because it looks pretty and all this stuff, man, from chewing gum. And they took my candy. I wasn't able to give it to the kids. Sounds crazy, but that's
now all that shit is crazy.
That's how petty they were willing to get to indoctrinate and brainwash people, and people have had enough, man. They just want to be free. That's it. They want to be able to start a business. They want to be able to have a rap career. They want to be able to travel.
They want to be free. They want to be alive. They want to get paid for their work.
They can't even go on.
They want the best out of the world of family. We could go on any vacation we want. They can't leave the island.
Can't even leave.
You know, man, we could stay here forever, like breaking that down. Like, I don't think people truly understand. They're in jail. It's a country, it's an island, but it's a jail. And the most important thing in this world besides health is freedom. It's freedom, bro. And so, you know, when we see here, we got all these freedoms we take for granted. Second Amendment, freedom of speech, this and this and that. They don't got none of that shit over there. Over there, they kill you. You disappear. You talk the wrong way and you disappear.
Disappear. And not just you, your family.
Not only that, you got people, if you go visit your family over there, your family can't even come to the hotel to see you.
I heard what they're doing to children now, and you can actually watch videos of this online. They're going to houses and literally by force ripping young men, young boys out of the homes and forcing them to work for the police to then beat up their friends, their family.
Their old friends and all that.
And if you don't do it, they'll cut a finger off, they'll cut an ear off, they'll torture you until either you do it or they just end up having to beat you to death. If you decide, even with your ear cut off and your finger cut off, you're still not going to do it, then they'll just beat you to death in front of the other kids to let them know you either do what we tell you to do or you're going to end up like that. The human rights emergency, Joe, and I really, really hope that the world takes this seriously and doesn't look the other way.
I think this is
it. It's a lot of black and brown and white people. It's all races in Cuba, and they are suffering, and they are in pain, and they are repressed, and they're trying their best. I mean, the stuff I've seen, they
need the help. They need the help. They need America to come up in there and get this shit over with, man. Free that motherfucking country. I'm telling you. Hey, listen. I'm very clear on my position. I'm very clear. I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, yo, listen, America, it's 90 miles from your shores. You need to go over there and get this business done right quick. You know? All right, my brother. I love you, Laz, man. Nothing but love, man. God bless you. Thank you
love
for
you,
coming
man.
on the show for me.
And everybody, if you want to learn more about what's going on, it's a lot of pages out there. Peachy Boys is one of the pages. Cubanos del Mundo. I'm gonna probably do a post that will
let us know. Yeah.
What pages
I got my accountant Vanessa. She's Cuban. She sends me everything. Like she knows the whole shit. She just sends me pictures, all the information. Shout out to Lázaro and wow, her husband's Laz too. Lázaro and Vanessa, they've been sending me everything up to date. My brother, I'm here with you. You need me 1,000,000%. I am all in.
Thank you, brother.
All in.
Sharing your platform.
And I stand by my word. I never break it.
I appreciate you. You have a dope platform. You got a great show you're doing, and I appreciate you sharing it tonight to help amplify the message and get more people, aware of what's going on and how we can all share this information and make sure that people do something about it.
All right, my brother. I love you. Stay up, man.
Love you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. And so I need somebody that I really, really trust, because they keep saying Biz Markie passed away on here. But his wife, Tara, doesn't like when people say that and they're not sure. So Erica Ford, whoever's my real family on here, I need to know if we confirming that. Because last I know, Biz Markie was fighting for his life. He's very, very sick. But one thing his family doesn't like is people saying rest in peace, because he ain't dead yet. If he's dead yet, then we got to talk about it. He did, Erica. Prove it to me, Erica. Like, really, really make them calls. Fuck, man. TMZ reported it. Shit. Shit. Motherfucker, man. I came on here for this shit. Oh, man. Biz Markie. Man. Fuck. Favorite song ever is The Vapors. You know, when I was coming up, he stood by me no matter what. He made me believe in myself when I didn't even believe in myself. You know, he fought for a whole year, and so he had diabetes, and then he had a stroke, and he's been fighting to like rehabilitate. I've been checking up with his wife, and he was getting better, and out of nowhere, it just took a turn for the worse. But Man, my brother, I don't know if y'all remember last year we went, me and the task crew, and did a piece for him. But it's no words to describe Biz Markie, you know, what he is for me and how he damn, this shit crazy, man. And so let me go to Ted Smooth and try to like damn, man, he fought so hard, man. Yo, Ted.
Joe, man. Crazy, man. I just got the call like 2 minutes before you got off. I text you right now because you said if it's real.
Nah, they were saying, but this ain't the first time they said it. So I asked you, I asked Erica Ford.
Yeah,
I really trust.
Yeah, man. I got the call from a real source that called me the last time. I was like, nah, that's rumors because I didn't want to believe it, man. But
real.
What happened?
If Kid Capri posted it, it's real. I hear echo. And what's crazy is I wanted to call his wife today. I've been writing all day and shit. And man, I love Biz, man. Let's just go in for Biz.
Everybody loves Biz, man. Rest in peace, Biz.
Shout out to everybody from Cuba. We was having a real serious conversation with Laz about freedom in Cuba and all that. And I didn't mean to just skip it, but
for sure.
And just didn't recap. But Biz Markie, The Vapors is my favorite hip hop song of all time. He believed in me. I remember I used to own a store at 3rd Avenue, 560 Melrose.
You're ready.
Come once a week and be the cashier. When he was the biggest rapper on earth. And he would be the cashier and he'd be with us. Damn, man. You know, all right, let's
we're gonna miss him.
We're
gonna miss him. Let's rap it.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date?
Man.
Shout out Timberland on the check-in.
We will never forget him, Joe. Never.
What is like? Tell me a good story with you and Biz Markie.
All right, so
DJ, he DJs.
I got two for you real quick. So, you know, if you know Biz, you know he was a record collector. He had like a huge record collection. And the thing with Biz was that he was a hoarder, right? Like he wanted to have every record in the world. So there was this one record, I don't know why he didn't have it, but somebody had told him that they heard me play it at one of the clubs. It might have been Latin Quarters. Biz got my number from somebody. This is when he was living in Virginia or Maryland when he moved down south. And he like, yo, do you got the little Vicious Dougie Fresh record? If you want to party, put it on there. And I'm like, yeah. I said, I played the other day. And he was like, yo, I'm coming to pick it up. I didn't tell him I was going to give it to him. He said, I'm coming to pick it up. So I was like, to me, I had a few copies. It wasn't a big deal, but for whatever reason, he did not have this record. Yo, Joe, the next week, sure enough, Biz Markie drove up, came to Land Quarters, went in the booth. He said, give me the record. Like, Biz was just like that, man. Like, he was just like a little kid. Like, he was about the toys and very, very, very into collecting just anything. And the last story, another story I got from him is, there was one of the old school jams I did on 19th Street where I found some Michael Jackson turntables, right? The Michael Jackson, that came in a yellow box. And I had a friend of mine wire them up so I could actually DJ with them, right? So I had the 2 Michael Jackson turntables, and then it was the wooden Gemini mixer, right? And I remember I had the jam, I had it covered up with a blanket. Nobody knew what I had under that. Now, a week before that, Biz Markie showed the world his Techniques 45 turntable. And he told me that everybody was going crazy because that was like the only one that existed. And he told me the way he got the turntable was the owner of Techniques in Japan, his son was a Yo Gabba Gabba fan. And the father told Biz, I need tickets. Biz was like, He was like, you can have whatever you want. Biz said, can I get them turntables? He gave the guy 2 Yo Gabba Gabba tickets for his grandson, and Biz got the prototype Technique 1200, but 7-inch, the little baby ones. So he showed it on Monday. I did my jam on Sunday. When I pulled out those Michael Jackson turntable, like everybody just started talking about that. Yo, bro, the next Monday I was at Barry Electric. Biz Markie pulled up on me in this little, remember he used to have the Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
He pulled up on me. Yo, what's good, whatever, whatever. I get in the car, we start chopping up. He looks over, he like, yo, why you did that to me? And I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, come on, man, you pulled the Michael Jackson turntables out, and now nobody cares about my little turntable. I say, yo, Biz, I wasn't trying to, but that was Biz, man. He was like real heartfelt and very like honest just about how he feels, man. And you gotta love that about him, bro.
You know, I did
Man.
Hip Hop Squares a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago.
Facts.
And Biz was there with me. And, you know, every time, right, I saw Biz, I let him know how much I love him. Like, I would not let him, like, you know, I came in there, no front, and I had the #1 record in the world. I would always be like, yo, Biz, I love you, oh my God. You know, my dog is named Biz Markie. Little Biz.
You remember.
My dog is named Biz Markie.
I love it.
Right? So
I love it.
daughter, I bought the dog for my daughter to bribe her, a little motif. And I asked her, she was only like 2 years old. I said, Mommy, what are we going to call a dog? She said, we're going to call him like your friend, silly. Biz Markie.
I can't.
And so we named him Biz Markie. But I grabbed Biz and I was, you know, doing my worship Biz Markie shit. I always want everybody to know who's with me, everybody to know how much I love Biz Markie, how much he impacted my life, how much he did for me as a person. And then when I said, yo, Biz, man, I locked the door, just me and him alone. And I said, yo, Biz, why you supported me? You know, like, why you believed in me? Like, I'm talking about when I was making demos.
It's important.
And he was like, yo, bro, it's the weirdest shit. Because he was like, I knew you was gonna be the next one to blow. And I was like, yo, Biz, how? He was like, yo, man, I seen you in all the parties. I seen how hard you was going. I heard the promo on the radio. He was like, I knew you was gonna be the next to go. And it's weird because when he was breaking that down to me, I felt like my relationship with French Montana. Like, you know, I took Funk Flex, French Montana's first record, for him to play on the radio. And so I just felt like this, like a reimbursement, like a real, like, you know what he did for me?
Paying it forward.
Yeah,
Paying it forward.
It was crazy. Shout out to his wife, Tara. I swear to God, I was going to call her today.
Man.
She's been by Biz Markie's side the whole time. Biz been sick for over a year. There has never been a time that I have not called this woman, that she has not said, I'm sitting with Biz now. He can hear you, Joe. Every time I call, she'd be like, I'm with Biz now. He can hear you. He's smiling, Joe. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to tell him through the phone with the speaker, because of COVID, they wasn't letting me in there. I was trying to go. And I just told him how much I love him. I got his back. I believe in him. I'm going to be honest with you. I know Biz was sick, but I thought he would come back.
Yeah,
I thought he would make it. He fought, man. He fought for a year and a half. And so shout out to his family. Shout out to the whole Juice Crew, Roxanne Shante, Biz Markie, Big Daddy Kane. I mean, these people, man, they made our life.
Yeah, I was just at the boat ride.
Peace, Mr. Magic, to Fly Time, to
Craig G.
people, man. And what you got to understand is we all live once. And Biz Markie shared his life with us. Facts. And he entertained us. I remember the one time he performed at the Apollo and came out of a nose. Because Pickin' Boogers was the #1 song, and he slid out of a fucking nose.
Biz, man.
You know, and man, I love Biz Markie so much, man. I don't know how to explain it, and I know everybody loves Biz. Yeah, I said Cool V, TJ Florent, just everybody who helped make Biz great and was in his corner till his final day, which is today. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy thing, but you know, Earth, let me tell y'all something. We live once. Do whatever you want to do.
That's right.
Whatever makes you happy, that's righteous. Do whatever you want to do. All right, yo, Ted, I love you. I'm going to sound off with you and just give him a
You're
close
right. Yeah, for sure.
talk.
100, man.
Right?
Rest in peace, Biz, man.
I love you, Ted. Thank you, man. And so this ain't easy, guys. I see you. Yo, Steve, send me the video when me, you, and Biz was at the store, Steve Lobel. Okay, guys, let me explain something to you. This ain't easy. Okay, we came on here talking about Cuba and everything that happened with Laz, and we need to stay focused on Cuba. But Biz Markie is one of my biggest inspirations. There's millions of songs. My favorite hip-hop song of all time is The Vapors. I have never changed on that claim ever. So that's how much he's impacted me. I grew up poor. I grew up broke. And he gave me inspiration to say, if I ever make it, my haters is going to catch the vapors. Now, I remember when I got my first fly car, I was driving around my project about 36 times, blasting the vapors. You'll never find a guy more humble than Biz Markie. It just doesn't exist. And although he had fame and fortune and whatever, he always was humble to the people. Like I said, I owned a bullshit clothing store in 3rd Avenue in the Bronx, Melrose, 560 Melrose. And Biz Markie, when he was a platinum artist, he would come every week to my store and be the cashier. He was that type of guy. And we lost a giant. If you're young and you don't know about Biz Markie, look into him. You probably will never understand how we feel. So you got to understand, I've been on this earth for 50 years. I've been doing this hip-hop shit since I was a baby, just being a fan. And Biz Markie has been there every day of my life. And so, you know, this is a sad day. This is a sad day for hip-hop. And I do know everybody's going to say, let's celebrate his life, the celebration of life. But, you know, damn, man. And so what we got to do is whoever we love, we got to let them know we love them. We got to let them know that we appreciate them. Let them know that, because it's too short. Mommy, I love you. I see you on here. Titi Barbara, cousin Miriam, Carmencita, all my family. I know you on here. I love you guys to death. And you never know, man. And so the world ain't the same without Biz Markie, without his smile, without his energy. And Steve Lobel, what's up, my brother? And so, you know, we're going to push forward. You know, it's pretty hard to do what me and Ted Smooth just did, listening to his music after we just got the thing. That shit was killing me, bro. And so, you know, damn, I love you, Biz Markie, man. I want him to hear me in heaven. I've been trying to, you know, I was telling him, You know what I'm saying? So if you love somebody on this earth, man, let them know. Because, man, he was trying to get back, and I was just like, Biz, I love you. We love you. We love you. We pulling for you. We love you. We love you. And so, like I said, Roxanne, so I'll tell everybody, yo, Nori, I'm still meeting you. I almost gave up and just stood in my couch, but I'm gonna go meet you, and listen, guys, I love y'all. I don't know if y'all heard earlier, we're gonna do the big show every Friday, 2 hours from 7 to 9. Bring the biggest artists, bring everybody, make sure it's the biggest shit in the world. It's a Wild Cherry Pepsi and the Ciroc thing going on. I love y'all. But most of all, man, prayers for Biz Markie's family, for his wife who held him down. And prayers for him. So just be clear, we're gonna do this every Friday, 7 to 9. Because now my schedule is getting too crazy. I do a lot of shit. Guys, I do a lot of shit. And I'm trying to grow constantly. The shit I tell you, I lead by example. When you think I'm just doing this, I got 9 other things I'm working to do that next year when you hear it, it happened. You know, movies and TV series, and I'm doing a mixtape I'm gonna drop. It's called Summer Man, June 1st, just for the fans for free. And it sounds like a motherfucking smash hits, legendary shit. And today I was writing all day. I'm working on the last song that's ridiculous. And, you know, for me, the game has always been a marathon. You know, there was rappers that I look up to that I couldn't touch, that I thought they were like gods and all that. And I've been working my whole life. Practice makes perfect on my craft. So even if I give you a mixtape, I want it to be the best quality. I want you to feel, even though it's free, I want you to feel like you paid $10 for it. I love you guys, the biggest show in the game. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. Put God in your life all the time. Space Jam just came out today, part 2. That's crazy. I was with my nephew Assad yesterday watching Space Jam 1. He's like, Uncle Joe, they stealing Michael Jordan sneakers. They just, you know, Space Jam's a thing again. Dre's daughter, Marley's watching Space Jam 2 right now. Like the kids are tuned in. Once again, everybody, prayers for Biz Markie, prayers for Cuba. Please do not forget what's going on in Cuba. No food, no medicine, oppression. They're killing the people. It's time the U.S. intervene and figure out how we can free this country, because the people are begging for it. Libertad means freedom.
The revolution is here. New Money Dynasty. Let's get it. New money. Ha. Yeah. Retribution is here. Revolution they fear. Real rap is back, cause they polluting our ears. Yo, I can't take this shit.